Hey everybody, good morning. It is almost noon here in the United States. It is about 11:40 in the morning Eastern time. I'm going to be doing a Bitcoin analysis today. I'm going to do Bitcoin in a separate video, and I'm also going to do the S&P 500 and Nasdaq in a separate video. But then I also want to do a separate video on stocks. It looks like right now I'm going to be taking a look at Microsoft, Apple, AMD, and Amazon. I'll be doing that here in a little bit. Just want to let the market continue and kind of drive for right now and let things go. Before I get into any of this, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I am just giving my opinion on the market. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take a little bit of a shift here and move on into the chart. All right, so I've got Bitcoin on here. I'm going to start on the daily. And what I want to do is, I really want to focus, as we usually do, on where things are at on a on a higher time frame, and then we'll kind of zoom in and see where things potentially are going to be going. So basically, what I've got is, of course, we've got a major top here. From that top, it's pretty clear to me that we've got a little bit of an A, a B, and a C to finish that off. From there, things get a little interesting. So what I want to point out here is that we've got a little bit of a channel going on right here. I think we can all see this. We are in a little bit of a channel, which leads me to believe that it is possible that we do see a little bit of a move down to retest the bottom of this, and then we take a move up to the upside, and where we land is going to be really quite interesting. So I was looking for a move up to about 44.5, and that is going to be right around where this median line is here on this channel. So far, we have seen several respects of this. So right back here, we had some resistance that was respected. Right here was some support that was respected. Here was some resistance, also as expected. And of course, we have our respecting of the bottom and the respecting of the top. So we're in a pretty big bear flag right now. And so with that, what I want to do is I want to move over into a 4-hour time frame. So again, from the top here, clear three-wave move down, clear correction, right? This is a corrective move. I'm not going to get into too much as to what I think is going on back here, because back here, I think it's pretty clear that we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. Off of these lows, I think we can also count a nice A, B, C move off of this. Okay, so off of here, from these lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C into the B, and then a nice little 1, 2, 3, big 3, 4, 5 into that C. So we've got 5 waves down, and then we've got 3 waves up. So it's very inconclusive, but what I can say is so far, let's move again to a 4-hour time frame, and we can get our long time frame mode here on the indicator, and I'm going to move over to Bybit because I've got this mapped out here. What I think is going on, I think it's pretty clear that we've got an ABC correction right here. Nice move up here into the A, a nice move down here into the B, and then a nice 3-wave move up here into the C, which completes wave A. Now, from there, I do think that we pretty much completed a big move to the downside, and I think that this move is, it's pretty clear for right now. What I want to do is this entire move, this ABC, this entire move, when a move finishes, you would expect an internal retracement to sort of correct that entire move. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to tag the bottom of this guy right about, that's pretty close right there. And I'm going to get all the way to the top. I'm going to try and get as close to the top as I can, which again is going to be about right there. We've come back here to the 618 twice. Okay, so you can see that pretty clearly. We came to the 618 right here, and then we've come to the 618 just in the last day or so. We've seen good respecting of that area, of this golden zone. We have seen respecting support at this area. So let me throw the 65 on this. So let me remove the 382, 236, 50, 786, and the 887. And what I want to do is I want to put the 65 on here because I want to get the whole zone. So 0.65, we'll put that on there. And you'll see that we didn't get to the 65 the first time we attempted this back on April 17th. We did tap that overnight, and we have so far respected it. We're back up above 39,000. That is a very significant area that we really do need to hold on a daily time frame moving forward. Because if we don't hold that, chances are pretty good it's going to move back down here to 37.5, maybe 36. Kind of taking a look at the next fib zone, which would be the next area of support, would be the 786, and that takes a move back down here to 36.278. But what I would expect to happen from here in this area, we've got high time frame support of a buy down in this area. And the last time we saw anything that looked anywhere near what the indicator looks like right now, let me just go ahead and zoom out here so it looks a little clearer. The last time the indicator was where we had the the 4 hour, the 8 hour, and the 12 hour all down here at the same time. Let's just go ahead and scroll over to the left and see if we can find the last time all of them were down here in that area. So the last time the red wave was down here was right back here on January 22nd. And what happened January 22nd? You can see I didn't even have the chart up, and it came right back here to this zone. What happened here? Well, the price was at about 34,000, almost 35,000, and we ended up going up to 46,000 before, of course, we kind of came down. So I'm not saying that we're going to get a move that's going to be the equivalent of a 30% move on Bitcoin, but it certainly wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Okay, so if we get something like this, and again, really the signal came in up here when we were at about 39.5, and we're down here at about 39 right now. If we did get a 30% move, I mean, that would be a significant move to the upside. I'm not really expecting that. I'm expecting there to be some resistance about halfway at about 14-15% at about 44,500. That's where I expect Bitcoin is probably going to see some resistance. And then I actually do think we're going to see that move down to about 36,278. What's going to end up happening, let me just tell you how the psychology of this market works. What's going to end up happening is we're going to start getting up here, and what a lot of people are going to say is this. We're going to pull this right here. All right? They're going to say, we just broke through the last high, which was right there. We're making a new high. We're making a higher high. So that means we're going to be going to all-time high. That's not going to be the case. This is going to be a swing failure, and it's going to move down. And what's going to happen down here is you're going to get the same thing. All right, you're going to get from about right here, moving it over. What's going to end up happening is everybody's going to say, oh my goodness, now we're making a new low. Because again, what we are potentially creating right here is an important low. So if we do go up here, well, what people are going to say is, we just took out that high. We're going to all-time high. Then it's going to roll over, and we're going to take out this low, and they're going to say, oh my gosh, now we're going back to 20,000. The psychology is, it's crazy in this market. The way that people change their bias so incredibly quickly, and you have to be able to adapt. I understand that, but I am. I'm mega bullish long term. This is what Bitcoin was meant to do. It's meant to hedge against inflation. And so generally speaking, longer term, I believe Bitcoin has a very vibrant history. No matter what you feel about Bitcoin, I think that the history is already established that Bitcoin is a great hedge against inflation. And I do believe that it's going to continue to do so. So this is what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. From that top up here, it's a pretty clear 1, 2, 3. We've got a little A, B, C, D, E into the 4, and then we go down for the 5. Whether it's clean or not, I'm not here to debate that, but I can count a nice clean 5-wave move down, which means we should get 3 waves up. So from here, and more than likely we're going to see an expanded flat, an A, a B, and then going up for that C. And maybe it won't go as high as I think it will. It's very, very possible that this is not going to go up to 44.5. what we would be able to see, let's just pretend for a moment that we actually made the low and we're not going to go any lower. Well, that 123.6, that extension target is going to be sitting there at about 43, 850, 44. So we may not get that high. Okay, so just be ready to adapt. Once we break up above about 43,000, expect all of the sentiment to get really, really bullish, and that's where I believe we should be looking to fade. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but the indicator, the last time the indicator was this low, look here, January 23rd, we were all the way down here. We had a nice big move to the upside. It took time. We had a big move to the downside to freak a lot of people out, and I think that's basically what's going on right now. Can we go a little bit lower? Sure. There's nothing that says that we can't go a little bit lower. Maybe to retest these lows down here at about 37.5. I've been talking about 37.5 for a while. But then again, we're going to see, more than likely, we're going to see a move to the upside to about the mid 40s. And then I think we're going to see another flush down here before we see a more significant move up to approximately 55 to 56,000. So it's going to be a lot of sideways chop. What this is designed to do, just to kind of, just to keep you guys on the, on the offensive here, this is designed to get you bored with crypto. And we're going to need somebody, and I don't know who this person or who this group of people is going to be. Somebody is going to have to capitulate because they're going to not see the return on the investment that they are expecting, and they're going to dump all of their holdings. That is when the market is going to turn to the upside. Because in order to have a bull market, you need to have people not willing to sell. In order to have a bear market, you need to have people not willing to buy. So you need to have more buyers than sellers to have a bull market, and you need to have more sellers than buyers to have a bear market. I think right now we are in that phase where, you can see that there's some interest down here in the low 30s to buy. You can see there's some interest up here in the high 40s to sell. But there is eventually going to be a break, and maybe it breaks down. We have to be prepared for that, which is why we take all of our positions very carefully, and we are calculative with the positions that we take, especially when you're dealing with leverage. We took some leverage longs on 3 different altcoins earlier today. We got out of them in profit. It worked out pretty well. Probably could have squeezed a little more profit out of them, but at the end of the day, it worked out. It seems to me like there's a lot of base hits right now in the market. You can get good plays, but with the volatility, and really just just moving sideways, we've basically been in this range almost the entire year. If you go all the way back here, this is where we kind of started. The yearly open was at about 47.5 or 48,000. And we had the yearly low, which is down here about 33, and then we went back up to about 48. And so I would expect we're probably going to just kind of move sideways for a little bit longer, which is why my projections are that, we've created a low here. We're probably going to see a move up to about 44 to 44.5, probably in the next couple weeks, and then we're going to see another rollover in the month of May, right? You always hear the saying, sell in May and walk away. Well, that very well could work out this year. Okay, so April did not have the bullish month that I expected it to, but I do think that the very beginning of May is probably going to be okay. But then after that, I think we are going to roll over and see a move to the downside. We're going to take it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, and we'll see how things go. But for right now, that's what I've got on Bitcoin. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel to get my alerts, because I'm going to be going live again here in just a little bit and taking a look at NASDAQ and the S&P. And as I mentioned before, we're going to do another video a little later on to take a look at stocks. If there's any stocks that you want me to take a look at, you need to be on our Discord so you can make those requests to me. And you can find all of that information on BitDoctor.org. All right, guys, have a good day. Have a good night wherever you are in the world. Take care, everyone.